what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden.
Welcome back, folks. Thinking Movement, Robbie Agrawal.
How you doing?
Well, welcome back to the studio, sir.
Good to be here.
Good to have you. So, we're going to be talking about something today that is very relevant nowadays. Not a lot of people have it, and I think it's something good to talk about, honestly. Why is common sense so uncommon? Why is common sense so uncommon, Robbie?
Great. I think, I've been thinking about this. I've heard this for years and years. I've heard high school teachers say this. I've heard elementary school teachers say this.
Says this.
My parents say this. Personally, I believe it's two large things.
Yeah.
And I think these things are considered factors anyways. But to me, this is what my thoughts are. Is one, I think today's age, even 5 years ago, we all have smartphones.
Yeah.
Right? We have information at our fingertips. Kids and us, we don't need to know anything.
No.
Because we have it all on our phones.
Exactly.
We can search anything up. So people don't need to learn. They don't need to think. They're not thinking because they don't need to think. Everything's on their phone.
It kind of makes us a cyborg if you think about it. Like
One could say
that phone is an
bot.
extension. Yeah, that one could say we're a bot, right? That phone is an extension of our body, right? We're a cyborg in a sense. That phone is connected to us. We're always arm's reach away from it, right? So we always got it with us. And
it's almost like not a tool anymore. It's literally a part of
a
us.
part of us. Like when you don't have your phone, think about that feeling. You're so fucking lost.
Right.
Where is it? Where the fuck is my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? You trip out, right? You have that little. Your heart drops and you feel like you lost.
People don't need to think anymore.
Exactly.
Because anything is on their phone.
Yeah.
So that's one big reason.
Yeah.
The other big reason, that I would say is, again, this is going back from when we're kids.
Yeah.
And kids now, and kids in the past 20 years. Is that more and more time as generations are going, years are going, more time is spent inside rather than outside. Yeah. And we see memes now on Facebook, and we see everyone, kids on their phone. I see this meme all the time on Facebook. It shows two pictures, one of our age as kids and we're outside, and then it shows kids same age, today's date, on their phones. Yeah. And we said, oh, we're so glad we grew up without phones.
Even not necessarily just on phones, sorry to interrupt, but not necessarily just on phones, but now we have things like Xbox Live. You could play you could play Fortnite with fucking 3 of your buddies. Like, there's just a lot more technology which prevents this. Like, there's a lot of
and that's not 100% bad, but what it is bad is keeping kids from going outside. Yeah. And riding bikes with their friends to the park and the Avondale and getting lost and finding their way back and getting hurt and coming back. So it's stopping these interactions, maturing with your friends outside of a parent setting or outside of a setting where you're being watched.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think it's very important.
Yeah, no, it is very important. I would also think that this topic is a lot to do with problem solving, right? Huge. Kind of like people aren't giving enough opportunity to problem solve themselves. Everything's just, there's nothing that they need to solve themselves. Their parents make them soft in this generation. Fucking their parents hand them everything. They have a problem. Mom, Dad, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? I have an issue here. Mom. So like kids are soft. They're going to their parents for all the answers. But that's enough common sense that they don't actually go out there and experience and take that loss and learn from their experience. So for example, like when if I'm at work and I fucked up on something, right? I would learn from that fuck up, right? I would learn from it and I would know for next time not to do it again. So now for me, it's now common sense. Now I know that this is going to be a fuck up. I can't do this now, which kids aren't getting enough of that, obviously, which I would say is like main reason for me, I would imagine.
I would say that's also a huge factor. I think a lot of that lead is on the parents telling their child or letting their child know it's okay that I'm here for you 100%. There's a problem, you call me, I'll fix it, no problem. Like if you're a teenager and you have a problem in terms of your computer broke or something electronic wise, and you give it to your mom to take care of. I mean, that's just right there. You got to take care of it. You got to go call up a place, figure out how to do it, travel to 5 different stores, pay the money. It's just very small things like that parents are telling their kids, I'll take care of your problem. Call me if you need something. And then the child or the kid is not experiencing the problem solving because they're being baby. So they give up and they go with their parents. Yeah.
Also, like complaining too. Just complaining in general, complaining to your teacher, complaining to the principal, whatever the case may be, complaining to your boss, right? it's always like they're complaining, like people are gonna feel bad for them, and then for that they also get what they want, right? They don't have a lot of this takes fucking up. Like I said earlier, a lot of this is all about like messing up and then fixing your problem, and actually fixing your problem and problem solving, and actually like getting your hands dirty.
Getting your hands dirty. I think that really summarizes this whole thing. Is getting your hands dirty to have the common sense to be able to apply it in the future.
Yeah.
People are getting their hands dirty.
Exactly.
That's a point right there.
Yeah, and it's just like, honestly, like we're lacking this so much in our culture. And it's just something that like everyone should have some basic some basic common sense, like basic skills, like their everyday living. It involves common sense. Like it's fucked, and people don't have it. It's going downhill for sure for this.
I agree, and again, I'm going to do a big blame on their parents, because it's really them teaching their children that okay, this is right, this is wrong, and this is what to do. So if you eliminate that factor and say the parent says, you know what, you're independent, you have a problem, you fix it. I can be here for support, but it's your life, you fix it. So I think you would see a huge change on that. And different parents, their parents are different. It's just they're different mindsets, perspectives. And do you see this problem getting worse or better?
I see it definitely getting worse. It's not like technology is going anywhere. Parents are going to continue to be soft. It's just that generation. I know when our parents were kids, a lot of people at work that are about like our parents' age, I know that they were working 15-hour days themselves. Like they were actually doing they were working a lot. They were getting their hands dirty more. They were walking around to meet each other, to hang out. They didn't have their own cars and this and that, right? So they were actually doing more, working a lot more. They were keeping more busy than they are now. Like you said about technology, people are spending so much time on watching TV, playing Xbox on their phones, right? That this is limiting them from real life fucking relationships, right? It's all online, all over the internet. So I would say that's a big part too.
Huge. Again, that's the technology. So let me ask you this. Do you believe you have common sense?
I think I have good common sense, yeah. I think this because like I'm a doer, right? I've always liked to do things. I learn from doing. I don't learn from sitting in a class. I don't learn from other people telling me information. I learn from like myself. And by that, I would think that's definitely how my common sense, just from actually doing.
So I was gonna ask you, like, why do you think you believe you have common sense?
Yeah, just like I said, just fucking keeping busy, always doing something, loving the process, loving the game. Since I was young, just natural hustler, just doer, always just having something on my head, always up to different fucking things, no matter what the case is. Just different shenanigans, just having independence, fucking going places on my own, being parented well, that's the fucking biggest part about it. Like,
that's huge, and I think the main thing is not being babied.
Yeah, not being babied.
Right, learn to make a mistake and get hurt in the process.
Get hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the best time to get hurt is a child. Is to be in that kid range of like getting hurt. I'm not saying like, I'm not saying that hurt, but I mean making mistakes. Is what I mean, like getting hurt or falling down. Like that's when you're also getting hurt. Like riding your bike, falling down. But get back up. Yeah, get back up and fucking be better and better and better, and then you'll have that common sense. You'll know, just basic skills. Learn by living, man. Yeah. Okay, I think to summarize my point on this, the common sense. Definitely lacking, definitely going down. I think technology is a big part of it. Babying your kids is a big part of it. I believe I have common sense, and that's just because of the way I was raised of having a lot of independence. Yeah.
I have a question for you, quick. Do you think that today's culture, today's society would impact common sense in a sense that like it's very like politically correct? Like you have to. Our culture is telling us how to talk and how to say things and what you can and can't say, or else you're going to be called a racist. You're going to be called just all these types of words, right? So do you think that has an impact on this?
A little bit. I mean, I think it's important to be somewhat politically correct. I mean, I know using some certain pronouns like people kind. Like, do I really believe in that? No. I think there are some pronouns that could be beneficial. And being politically correct in some things like saying different words of minority groups, I think it is important. I think it does affect common sense a bit. I think we should, educate ourselves to know that what is right and not right to say, but to a limit.
Yeah.
To a limit.
Yeah, exactly. And like this is like pretty relevant in Canada, especially. I know all these everyone's gonna be talking about it. It's Don Cherry just got actually fired for saying that all immigrants should be wearing a poppy.
What you said was you people.
Yeah, you people, whatever you said. He was
referring to immigrants.
Yeah, which this is an example of why I think this impacts common sense, because it's just like it's common sense. Like everyone in Canada should be wearing a poppy.
Right.
You, no matter what.
Anyone,
right? And it's like he was just stating his opinion. He was just saying something basic, right? He's an 85-year-old Canadian guy, right? Like he's not he didn't commit a crime. He's not a bad person for that. He was just common sense, just saying what he wanted to say, and he's fired for that.
I know the network is getting a lot of backlash though.
Yeah. Oh, I would imagine so. I fucking all over Twitter, people are talking about this negatively, as they should, man. I don't agree with this as well, but I think that kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up, folks. Another episode of the Thinking Movement complete. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back with the next one.
They're about to see us glow.